This is Nick Nielsen, Mad Scientist of Muscle, and what I've got for you today here is a fantastic lat exercise. Now this is a low pulley pull down. What you're going to do here is a pull down movement, but lying down, face down on a bench, so you're pulling horizontally. So it's not a row, but because you're laying horizontally, it's basically a pull down movement. So instead of pulling vertically like that, you're pulling vertically like that. Same exact pattern, but with some important differences. When you're lying chest down, I should say, on a bench like this, it prevents body movement, so you're not heaving yourself back. There's no way to cheat on this. It's a very strict, very targeted isolation type movement for the lats. Not full isolation, because obviously you're using your arms here, your biceps as well. Now, what you're going to need for this: low pulley, a flat bench, and pretty much any attachment is going to do here. I've got a neutral grip handle set up here. You can also use an underhand grip, you can use an overhand grip, you can use a wide grip. Any of these is going to work. Start with a lightweight on the low pulley, because this is going to open your eyes. It's going to light up your lats probably a lot differently than you've ever felt before doing pull downs, because of that lack of body movement. So here's what it looks like. I'll show you a quick demo here. I'll come back to you after. Now, one of the key things with this here is set the bench just far enough that you can reach the handle. If you don't have a spotter, you'll need to reach it on your own. The key point with this is if you start using heavier weight, so the weight doesn't slide you up the bench, you're going to need to actually grip your toes around the end of the bench. So basically hook your toes on that bench and contracting your tibialis anterior, which is the front shin muscles, to basically lock your body in. Because you don't have a hip pad to keep your body down, and that's not what we're trying to accomplish here, we want to do that via the toes. So when you start, you may not be able to reach if you hook the toes. So grab it first. Then pull it up a little bit. As you can see, when you're using heavier weights, it's going to be harder to do that. So I'll have to figure out a way to accomplish that. But anyways, hook your toes over the end of the bench and then pull. Now, I'll demo this with heavier weight as well, moving the bench up a little bit so I don't have to reach and stretch to grab the handles. You may not get as much stretch on the top end when you're using heavier weights in that fashion, but it's going to more than make up for it by being able to use heavier weight. So that's what it looks like with a lighter weight. Again, reach, then scoot yourself back a little bit, then do it. You can see as you're pulling, my upper chest is off the end of the bench. So basically it's just kind of lower chest is where you want the bench to end up at. This gives you a good freedom of movement, and you're not crushing your lungs essentially. So you're not limiting yourself in terms of your breathing capability when you're doing this one. So here's the exercise with about double that weight on it. I move the bench up a few inches so I can reach it with my toes hooked. And then doing it in that fashion allows you to stop at the bottom of each rep, take a brief rest, and start from a dead stop on each rep. This actually really works well. So if you want to give this a try with light weight first, don't be shy to bump up the weight and do it with heavier weight after that. Get an idea how this works. I really like that one with heavier weights. This is a phenomenal lat developer, and something, if you have this set up, very simple, you're definitely going to want to give it a try.